Good afternoon and welcome to LUTV's coverage of Leeds United Women versus Norton and Stockton Ancient. Special day for the team today, and it's for the first time this season they are at Elland Road for this clash. Today marks the final home game of the regular season. They remain in the title race with Huddersfield Town Women and Cheadle Town. Before we get all the information, what it means, the team news as well, LUTV caught up with Simon Wood before kick-off on his thoughts ahead of today's game.
In hand to go, how's the team feeling at the moment?
Yeah, we're feeling really good. I mean, we're really excited about playing here at Elland Road today. Obviously, it lifts the players being able to play at sort of our club home stadium, so it gives the players a real buzz. But we'll be going into it with the same determination as we do when we play at Garforth, every sort of home game, or when we play away from home. This league's a tough league to play in, so we've got to go and make sure the performance is the first thing that we get right. And if we get the pick, then we've got to go out there and then win the game.
How do you build upon recent performances then to make sure you secure that win today?
Yeah, it's just about preparing as we always prepare. I mean, we do a lot of work in the week around the opposition. We played Norton, this will be the fourth time we played them this year because we played them once in the league and twice in the cup, so we know all about Norton, they know all about us. I think the slight advantage we have today is that we're playing in front of a really big crowd that's coming to watch us and support us, so that gives us a bit of an advantage as well. But yeah, we're ready to go and put on a good show.
How much of a boost does it give the team having that crowd here boosting you on?
Yeah, it's massive. It's something we look forward to, and we're really grateful for the opportunity to come and play, obviously, at the ground, and it's the club supporters within that. It's our last home game of the season, so hopefully we can make it a real celebratory event. We're still within contention for this league title. We currently sit top, but the teams below us have a couple of games in hand, so we need a really strong performance today, and we need to be going out there and attacking the game to go get a result.
Those are the thoughts then of Simon Wood, the Leeds United Women manager, ahead of this big day this afternoon. So last time out, Leeds beat Wythenshawe 2-1. Drew Green forcing an own goal and scoring. That ensures that Leeds are top of the table, 44 points, 2 clear of Huddersfield and 4 clear of Cheadle, but they both have 2 games in hand. More importantly, they play each other next weekend. So in terms of today's teams, we'll start, of course, as always, with Leeds United Women. And in goal, as per usual this season, it is Carrie Simpson. Across the defence, as usual, we should have a 4-3-3 formation, and that will mean that it is Alana Millard at right back. Shauna Legg and Emily Cassidy will form the centre-half partnership, and Darcy Green at left back. Sitting in midfield, Alice Hughes as the anchor, either side of her, Ellie White and Catherine Smith. And then supporting Amy Woodruff up front, we have Drew Green and Chloe Dixon. The bench for Simon Wood's side: Charlotte Oates, Paige Williams, Izzy Elliott, Macy Ellis, Sophie Bentley, Jan Gilbrell-Keating and Abby Graham. As for Norton Stockton Ancients, for Chris Burton's team, it is Rachel Chiswell, Ruby Forster, Millie Cairns, Vicky Burton, Chloe West and Erin Boyle. Bianca Owens will captain the side, Louise Atkinson, Georgie Leach, Lucy Jameson and Eve Marshall. And the bench for today's visitors: Ellen Valentine, Ash Coyle, Georgia Ray, Kerry Heslop, Erin Green, Anna MacArthur, Daisy Swash. So in terms of, as what Simon was saying, we have the 4th meeting between the 2 teams. They'll be sick of the sight each other by the end of this. They've moved 7th in the table after a win over Stockport County Ladies last time out, and Leeds looking to continue their recent unbeaten run, stretching from 5 games. Now time to bring in my co-commentator, who is on the gantry for the first time. She's very excited. It's a gantry, a debut as a commentator, summariser, whatever you want to call it, Bridie. And it's a really big day for the team. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Well, like you say, I'm super excited to be here. I've been on the gantry a couple of times before watching the men's first team, but you know, to be watching my team, my club, play at this beautiful stadium, which is in fantastic condition, by the way, is just really special. Obviously, we're hoping for a bit of a record crowd for us today. But yeah, just can't wait for it to get going. I wish I was on the pitch, but you know, second best thing is being on the gantry with you.
I know you're lying. And I spoke to you earlier today because of we know you've been retired. A year ago on Friday that the club announced that you have stepped away from the game. It's gone very quickly, and it is an opportunity, you know, for us to look back and think, you know, how the club has progressed. If we'd have said this time last year, they'll be top of the table, they're going to get a crowd of this nature trying to support the team in the 4th tier of women's football, we'd have snapped your hand off.
Well, it's crazy because, you know, we were talking before the game, and, you know, one of the games that I played here, I think we had 1,200 people, which at the time was absolutely incredible. But then, you know, fast forward, you know, another couple of years, I think we had just short of 5,000 last time out. So, like I said, we're hoping for the record today. I'm glad that the sun's finally come out, because when I was getting out of my car and it started raining, I was like, oh, I hope this really doesn't put any of the supporters off. But it's a good opportunity for people that don't always get the chance to Elland Road. You know, same when the under-21s are playing here and the women. So, yeah, I hope we get a good crowd today. And the girls are going to definitely need this crowd to spur them on today. Like you said, we're top of the table so far. The teams below us have got a couple of games in hand. It's very, very tight, so we just can't afford to drop any points today. We know how well this team can play. We've watched them all season. They've played some of the best football that certainly I've witnessed since I've been around this club. And yeah, I just hope that they put on a really good show today. Yes, the result is important, but I think the performances as well. And, you know, we've got some very, very good technical players, and I just really hope that they showcase that today and just soak up the atmosphere. Like, as much as it is about enjoying the experience, you know, we have got a job to do at the end of the day, and we're a couple of games away from, you know, hopefully getting promoted. You know, if we don't go up in top spot, there's a chance that we can go second and then go into the playoff position and hopefully get promoted that way. It doesn't really matter, but, you know, our long-term aim is to get into the WSL, and, you know, getting promoted this year is certainly one step closer to that. So, yeah, really excited to be here today, and I shall be kicking every ball with the players.
Yeah, so just to try and touch upon what Bridie said then, 2nd of May has been announced as the Division 1 North playoff bracket. They'll play the Division 1 Midlands team that also finished second. That is at the Pirelli Stadium. Leeds' remaining games in the league are Stockport only after this. Of course, as we mentioned, the other teams have to play catch-up. So Durham Sestria are 8 behind Leeds. They've played the same amount of games, so it is, you'd feel, the three-way battle that has apparently formed. The two sets of teams just waiting in the tunnel to make their way out onto, as Bridie mentioned, the rather perfect playing surface today. The water pre-game as well really slickened the surface up. The team, we feel, will benefit from playing on a pitch of this size. They like to play their football.
Yeah, they do. They're a very good football inside, and to be honest, the team are fit and they will enjoy playing on this pitch and being able to spread the ball out wide as well. I think we need to use the whips today. We've got some really pacey, tricky players out wide, so, you know, we've really got to use the pitch to our advantage. Yeah,
so still waiting for the two sets of players as they now finally do make their way out here onto the pitch at Elland Road. And a rather special occasion it will be to hear the anthem for those that have never been able to play out there. Just the sheer size of it compared to previous experiences. And I'm sure, Bridie, there'll be some real nerves which then form into excitement when the game gets underway, and you've experienced it firsthand.
Oh yeah, they'll be really nervous, and I think it's important that every player gets a touch on that ball as soon as they possibly can. You know, I remember the first time I played here, my legs were like jelly, and I thought, I just want to get this first pass, this first tackle out the way. But I mentioned pre-match, didn't I? I always remember the one time that I played at Elland Road, and I did a crunching slide tackle pretty much on the stroke of the halfway line, and the crowd just cheered. And, you know, normally we're used to a few hundred fans at Garforth Town, and, you know, they've come out in the thousands today. So, you know, the girls really want to be putting on a good performance, getting this crowd up, giving them something to cheer about. And, you know, to be fair, the last few occasions the girls have played here, they've put in some pretty good performances and scored some really good goals. So they'll be wanting a bit more of that. I did see Amy Woodruff talking to BBC Sport recently up at training at Thorpe Arch, and she said she's going to do a knee slide if she scores today, which is what she did last time. So she actually said, when I score, I will be doing a knee slide. So, yeah, let's hope we see that today.
Yeah, the pre-match build-up, two sets of players. And it's also a really big day for Norton as well. I know we are purposely biased and we always want this Leeds United women team to win, but they've brought some good numbers as well. It's an experience for local teams from afar to try and come and support the group. And again, if you are just joining us for the coverage, a quick reminder of the team. It's Carrie Simpson, Alana Millard, Shauna Lake, Emily Cassidy and Darcy Green. A 4-3-3 sees Ali White, Alice Hughes and Catherine Smith in midfield. And then it will be Chloe Dixon, Emma Woodruff and Drew Green in attack. The bench, Charlotte Oakes, Paige Williams, Izzy Elliott, Macy Ellis, Sophie Bentley, Sian Gibral-Keating and Abby Graham. And looking pre-kick-off Bridie, Sian Gabriel-Keating's nipped in with some really good goals when there was injuries. The goals have been shared around the group. There is the main threat from Norton in Bianca Owens, the captain. She has been a top scorer nearly every single season that she's faced in this league. And she is wearing the number 10, with Norton going with Rachel Chiswell, Ruby Forster, Millie Cairns, Vicky Burton, Chloe West, Erin Boyle, Bianca Owens, Louise Atkinson, Georgia Leach, Lucy Jameson and Eve Marshall this afternoon. So just waiting for the last final official photo, and I think it'll be one that they savour, this one. Not that the ones previous years have gone by, but we are very biased to our home.
We are, and I think what's really nice to see is the stand and the supporters behind. When I've played before, we've the fans have been just under us at the gantry here, so the pictures in the background was pretty empty. But yeah, no, it's really good to see. And you mentioned about Norton having this opportunity; they'll be absolutely buzzing today. They've brought 3 coaches full of fans over 300 people are here to support them today. And again, you know, they'll be bringing, you know, families, siblings, friends, family, etc. So, you know, it's just an exciting day for women's football, for this tier of football. And yeah, like I say, these occasions don't come around very often, so it's memories to last a lifetime.
No, most certainly, as you say. I think one of the main observations I had around the ground was the buzz and the youth here. You know, when we spoke about it, we've spoke so many times in the past, Bridie, about how when you were younger, playing right at the start of your career, this was never something that you could have dreamed of. And yet, you know, you see so many youngsters that are probably sat out there thinking, well, I play football.
Well, that's exactly
Why can't that be me?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And, you know, we talk about Garforth Town. It's been a great catchment area for many schools. Lots of young children come to watch the girls on a Sunday. And a lot of them are here today and thinking, you know, this could be me. And why not? You know, we talk about how women's football's come a long way over the past 10 years at least, and the Lionesses have obviously done a fantastic job, as everybody knows, and it was very, very difficult to make a career when I was a little girl, but now those little girls are looking at these players thinking this could absolutely be me. So yeah, a very, very exciting day. I'm so excited for it to kick off any moment now.
Yeah, so good luck to all involved out there in the white and blue. And we know Norton, certainly no pushovers. Yes, they are 7th in the league, but they've given some great games against Leeds over the years. And as I say, the support they've got, they're not going to be interested in any other role apart from party poopers, as they go straight through the heart of that Leeds team. And Carrie Simpson has to be brave. And of Bridie tried to suggest, and I thought a really good point, everyone wants a touch. Your goalkeeper wants one as early as you get. I didn't think she'd get one inside 10 seconds, Bridie.
No, neither did I, but nonetheless, safe hands there. But yeah, I mean, the player that you touched on just at the start of the game there, Bianca Owen, she's their danger player, like you say. She scores many, many goals, but she also assists many as well. So just one to be mindful of.
Yeah, so it looks like they've set up with that back 4. There's a bit more support originally. An anchor in midfield is the number 4, Millie Cairns. A run down the line from Alana Millard, who's become a bit of a stalwart in this team in recent weeks with her support play. It's a bit of a characteristic for Leeds United women to have quite attacking fullbacks. That's been the last 5 or 6 seasons as Norton get the ball clear. And again, you'll find so many players having to adjust to the bigger pitch. That's going to be the awkward thing for some of them, just to try and adjust passes, Bridie, to set the playing surface they get to play on.
Well, it is. I mean, this pitch is like a carpet. I said at the start of the game, there's no excuse for any sloppy passes really today, apart from the fact that you're just getting used to it. But the girls will hopefully use that space to their advantage. And you know, you mentioned Alana Millard. She's going to absolutely love running into that space and trying to get some crosses in today. Yeah,
White's turned it round to Woodruff, and Leeds are trying to play some expansive football. Woodruff's just got a pass wrong. You can see what she was trying to do. I think she maybe thought that Drew Green was going to make an advancing run, but she'd stayed flat-footed. But there's been a fair few touches for plenty of the midfield. And again, you can hear the excitement of the Norton crowd. That's quite uncharacteristic for this level, you know, away support. You get to hear murmurs of it now and again, of a few, you know, maybe 15, 20 that have made the journey with the team. But that's going to give Norton such a boost as well. in that east stand.
I mean, they won't get the opportunity to play on a pitch like this very often, as we don't either. But you know, they do have a really big girls section as well, and junior section. So you know, they've got a lot of fans out there, and they're a hard team to beat. That's what they pride themselves on. You know, they were one of the only teams to take points off Huddersfield Town this season, which they're very proud of.
Yeah, Owens plays the pass really early. That's towards Atkinson. She'd overhit the pass. You could see the potential behind the move. There was plenty of space in there.
Yeah, she's looking for Louise Atkinson on that right-hand side. She's a really good dribbler with the ball. So, you know, defensively, we just need to be mindful of that. She's contributed to 10 goals already this season.
And Cassidy tried to play in Dixon. It's picked up by Smith from the knockdown and the clearance from Forster. Smith was going early. Intention was to pick out White, just goes past her. Cassidy goes inside towards Darcy Green, and good feet again, as per usual, from the Leeds fullback. And Drew Green's going to try and take them on. Sister to Sister now advancing forward, looking for White. White's trying to scrap away. It'll come out towards Green, only can poke the ball towards goal. It's not exactly a lot of room, but they are the two players that, when they get in full flight, they've got so much speed. And really good to see them get an early touch to try and attack.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the first time so far in this opening 3 or 4 minutes that we've almost gone to the end of our chairs. But yeah, the Green sisters, I would say I'd hate to play against them. I have done before.
To break off, because you do come Norton. Cassidy, as calm as you like, forces Atkinson wide.
But yeah, the Green sisters, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous indeed. Like I said, I've played against them many times before, and you're almost scared to stick your leg out because you know that they're probably going to just jump over you and run off with the ball. So you've really got to just stand up to them and just be strong.
Smith's header goes the opposite way. It was a 50-50 that I think both players touched it at the same time, and Darcy Green's done well to get out of trouble. She was trying to go down the line, can only go straight into Forster. Over the top here, Norton have got a chance. Cassidy's come across, really important interception from her. Bianca Owens is sprinting across the pitch to get there. Cassidy slides in, and the referee will say it's a free kick. Perhaps a touch harsh. She did go through the side of Bianca Owens, but did they see a touch of the ball, Bridie? You're a defender, so you're biased, but...
I mean, look, she had every right to challenge for that ball. She's trying to stop the player from getting hold of it and putting a cross in. It would be a dangerous position to be in, but Bianca Owens is really, really experienced. She's very, very strong, but she's used her body well there just to draw that foul. Seems a little bit harsh, but we need to defend here.
The free kick then, which is cleared away. Leg gets clear, and now Smith can release Ellie White, who only has Drew Green in front of her. Now Woodruff's joined in the attack. White's got in a cross, and now White's got to the ball. She turns it inside to Woodruff, who'll have to go back for possession. She just gets dispossessed. It's a good challenge from Norton.
It was a poor ball into Amy Woodruff, though. She wanted it in front so she could run onto it, and it just allowed that defender just to get a foot in. It was an important interception by the Norton player, but much better play from Leeds. Nice little 1-2 over that right-hand side.
We'll talk about the section of the Garforth pitch. Far right corner that bounces away. This is the surface for the girls to go long into the channel. We know it'll stay. Just waiting for them to go back to the screen. You know, we're like, as you said, you want to see the width out there today.
Yeah, I think the girls are probably still showing a few nerves in these opening stages. I think, you know, as the game goes on, I think we'll see Norton tire a little bit, and that's where Leeds will really excel. But, you know, I think Norton have come here today and already shown that they're here to win this match. You know, they're not going to be pushovers, like you said. They're a difficult team to beat. Every time we've played against them, it's not been easy. I mean, we beat them earlier on this season on penalties, but, you know, we've had a couple of draws against them.
Good header from Leg. The high boot comes up, so Leeds get the free kick. Simpson into Hughes, who wants a bit of movement centrally, gets it from Woodruff, and there is the difference in the pitch size. The ability to can just play it into feet, looking for Dixon. Dixon just can't get the ball back. It's back out towards Atkinson, who's got Smith for company, and Norton get it clear, but only as far as Legg. Legg's interception turns it towards Drew Green. Cassidy advances, only gets so far though before going back to her usual centre-back spot. Smith will need to use her and does. Cassidy into Hughes, who again I thought, again she's expected Drew Green to be there.
Yeah, I was just about to say, this is the kind of the pitch and the kind of game for Alice Hughes. She loves just opening the ball out onto her right foot and spraying the ball about, but her teammate just wasn't on the same wavelength, and I can see what she's trying to do, and I think that's where we need to utilise that space as well.
Millard just steps back. Here's White looking for Woodruff, just goes behind her. Millard got a slight toe to that. Owens goes further wide this time to Marshall, and Owens again plays it wide towards Atkinson. It's a good first touch. They're driving forward. Now Legg's got work to do, as per usual. She's in the right place at the right time, but the quick counter-attacks from Norton and Stockton Ancients are working well.
Yeah, I mean, that is typical Bianca Owens. She loves turning over that left shoulder and just pinging it out to the right-hand side. Atkinson looks pretty dangerous up top, but yeah, great defending by Shauna Legg. She read that. She had to clear that out for a corner because the Norton player was ready just to poke that home.
Not much movement just yet as the ball comes in. It's just over the head of Woodruff. It was Owens that touched it. It's out for a goal kick. Nearly 10 minutes gone in proceedings.
I think you'd have to say at this point, Tom, especially in this opening 10 minutes, Norton have probably had the better chances. You had Carrie Simpson that made a save in the first few seconds. Obviously they've had a corner, a free kick, got through a couple of times. So yeah, it's opening up to be a good game of football.
Here's Cassidy. Much more space for her to advance into. Smith flicks it around the corner to Hughes, who might have a little go at goal here. No, she tries to be crafty, looking for White, but Norton had read that.
I wanted her to shoot
She's
there.
a better teammate than me.
Yeah.
I'm hitting that top corner of the Kop. Top corner. I'm not saying it's going in, but I'm hitting that first part. Yeah, that's a fan in me though that thinks, could I score at Kop end? I've got to have a go. Here's White might get to this. Norton come across and deal with it, in fairness. Chiswell comes out and gets her hands on the ball. There's the little instances though at Prada. We've seen a few passes into feet, and they've worked like quite nice angles to try and get the next support player in midfield.
Yeah.
The help of playing on this pitch allows them to do that.
I think that final third, I think we do have to tighten up if I'm being super critical. I think, you know, we're a team that likes to create chances, and we will do that time and time again today, but, you know, you have to be clinical as well. And I think we've got into some good positions. I think, you know, like we said, unselfish play by Alice Hughes then, but just have a shot. Let's test this keeper. She's not had a save to make so far in this first 11 minutes, so just have a shot. We know she's capable of doing it. She's scored a few goals this season. It's been the best season she's had in a Leeds United shirt.
Yeah, speaking of goals, 8 for Alice Hughes. And we were talking earlier about how the goals have been spread around the team. This player in question came in with some really vital ones. A lot of them bursts of goals when she came into the fold and got that start. Picks up an injury as Millard now gets to it. The opportunity to cross. Oh, it's a good dummy. Plays it into White, who was just trying to take it in her stride, and now they've worked it away from Drew Green. They are defending well here, Norton, as Millard gets across, and that'll be work that's highly praised by the fans in the East Stand, and it's the typical number one ethos of this football club. You've got to work hard, and she did just that as Woodruff turns, looking to pick out Dixon. As you say, we are just seeing glimmers of what if the team settled down, as Owens tries to stay on side and has failed to do so.
Yeah, I think that'll have given Alana Millard a bit of a boost then. She's over at the side with all the fans cheering her on, and, you know, rightly so. She did really well just to get that crossing initially, and then when we lost the ball as a team, she then won it back for a team. So yeah, really good work over that side.
Yeah, leg will drive out of defence. It goes to Smith. Again, just maybe forcing things a little.
Yeah, I think we just need to relax and just hold on to that ball. I think because the pitch is bigger, naturally players are not going to be as tight to you, so you've probably got a little bit more time and space than what you normally have. So just relax on the ball a little bit. Allow your teammates to give you that bit of movement.
Yeah, here's Hughes. She's won it back herself. Tries to play in Woodruff. It's a whisker away from where it needed to be. Woodruff will bounce the defender off the ball and get the corner, and there is the strength of Amy Woodruff, which we see week in, week out. She loves the physical collision and try to outmuscle her markers. And more good work from Alice Hughes again.
Yes, it was, and more good defensive work by this time, Vicky Burton. I think, again, this is where we're seeing it's our first corner of the game. We need a good delivery here by Chloe Dixon. And the person that she's going to be aiming for is Alice Hughes, who scored a couple of these, this kind of position this season.
Yeah, she is one of the main focal points. Woodruff, Kath Smith asking for it on the edge of the box. Dixon delivers. Owens will clear. It'll come out towards White. Dixon will take control though. They're all asking for it in the penalty area. Dixon will provide the cross. It's heavy though, and Owens will duck at the right time. And again, they're communicating really well, Norton. You can see Norton and Stockton Ancients are pretty settled. They look like they're enjoying the occasion themselves. There's no nerves on there. Or there will be nerves, but they're playing with quite a calmness about them. And there's another example. You know, you might think big pitch, good number of fans here for the first time in a while, and you just second guess a few things, but there's no sign of that.
No, I mean, they've got experience in that back line, like I mentioned before. Vicky Burton, you know, nearly 400 appearances for this team. She knows this club inside out, both her own club and Leeds United. And they've put in a few really good blocks and tackles, and they've read Leeds United so far. I think we just need to be a bit more clinical, like I say, in that final third, and either play to feet or play into that space. I think at the moment it's neither here nor there, and we're just kind of making it easy to defend at this point.
Cassidy. Dixon to Smith. Smith plays it towards Darcy Green. Darcy Green rides the challenge of Atkinson, but then gets knocked off balance, and it will be a free kick to Leeds.
This is what Darcy Green does. This is what I was talking about a few minutes ago when I said if you're going to stick your leg out, be prepared that you're probably going to give away a free kick. Very, very clever with the ball.
Summer Woodruff's given a quick instruction out to the players. Dixon eventually fires it in. There's got some loft on this towards Owens, and it's nearly going to beat Hughes. Owens has done very well there to put her body in the way. She looked like she was the only one going to head that for Norton and Stockton Ancients, but Hughes at the last second came in over the shoulder, and it's her perhaps glancing touch, or maybe it's gone straight out. Neither of them have touched the ball, but what you want is, if you're going to go up, Bridie, a good delivery, you want to attack it, and both of Dixon's have asked questions.
I mean, that was a fantastic ball in. I thought it was in the back of the net, to be honest with you. It's difficult when two players are going up for the same ball, but you know, we talk about Bianca Owens for scoring goals, but defensively so far in this game, she's, you know, made some really, really good headers. So strong in the air. There's just, you know, Alice is one of the tallest players on the pitch, but you know, it was a really good defensive header by Bianca Owens. But yeah, I mean, just more of that, getting into the right areas, having some more chances, you know, make mistakes. You know, get these fans lifted, get them shouting and cheering.
Up towards Atkinson again, who's finding a lot of space here for Norton and Stockton Ancients as the shot will come in. It's the slightest effort though. She's got that wrong in midfield. Has a good area really for Boyle to hit that. In fact, sorry, it was Millie Cairns that hit it, the number 4. Here's Hughes to Smith, but Cairns gets across.
Yeah, probably should have done a little bit better there, Cairns, with the shot. It's a really good position. She knows as well, ex-Sunderland player. Should have at least got that on target.
Good work from White, scrapping away midfield. Again, the crowd reacting. It can relishing the fight out there, the fans, of what the players are doing in the collision as Cassidy and Smith join in. Leg is going to go for safety here and go back. Millard has Drew Green behind her. Woodruff and White coming in, both of them going for the ball. It's got Scrappy in there. White will have a go. Keeper nearly went the wrong way, and White forces the first shot on target of the match for Leeds. 18 minutes in. It's taken a while, but we're seeing avenues. Alana Millard on the right flank. I think the last 6 weeks has been one of the players that has really stood up when it's got going good. The game's got tough. Things are hard. She's just used the energy and the fitness levels to get in some good areas.
She's improved loads since when she first come to us to now. The quality of the crosses are far, far better. And she got her team into a really, really good position. Then it was just unfortunate that 2 players went for the same ball. That situation might have been very different had that not have happened. But nevertheless, we got our shot away. Keeper had a save to make. So yeah, it goes down as a chance, but yeah, it just gives the girls that bit of confidence that they can break this team down. We can get into some good positions and get our shots away.
Owens again round the corner to Atkinson. It's an avenue they've explored and exploited, and they're going to try and go the far side to Marshall, but Millard is there. Not only has her work going the other way been impressive, and Leeds have kept it in.
You could see what she was trying to do then. If that ball had been kind of a little bit to the right with a bit more power on, Alana Millard's shown a pace there to get back in time, because that would have been another shot on target, I would imagine, for Eve Marshall, if not yet a goal.
You can see the players still adjusting on the fly to the pitch. Hughes is telling Drew Green to go there. She wanted to come inside. They worked a team move, but they get the ball back as Millard dispossesses Marshall and gets away. There's a little nibble on the ankles. It will be a free kick.
But yeah, it does take some getting used to, because like I said, this pitch is bigger than the pitch that these girls normally play on Sunday. So when they're putting crosses in, they know normally how much pace they need to put on it, or the angles and the curls and things, but it does change when you're on a bigger pitch. And same with the running as well. You do so much more running on these bigger pitches.
Woodruff, just a late challenge. Big call from the referee just because of where the player was. Don't think Leeds are as frustrated if that's 15 yards further back. Simpson rolls it into Cassidy. Dixon. It's further wide and played out by Norton and Stockton. Cassidy to Hughes. Cassidy to Dixon. Gets away from trouble. Woodruff will look to do the same. Runs into traffic. They're both appealing for that. And it has gone out for a goal kick. Good defending from Ruby Forster.
I think we just need to increase the tempo a little bit. I think it seems a little bit slow at the moment. See the ball literally stop a couple of times. Just need to keep that ball moving, 1 and 2 touch. Just go back to basics, with the triangles and just playing around. I think this Leeds team can dominate this Norton team. Just got to get players like Alice Hughes and Ellie White on the ball to pull the strings.
Drew Green to Millard. Smith takes over to let Millard run in behind. It's just not worked out for Leeds. Talking fractions here of Leeds having success. Atkinson sets off too early. She was about to be offside. That's Norton and Stockton Ancients' main plan, isn't it? Atkinson's on the last shoulder of the defender. They try to camp in, catch Leeds out. You can see the game plan, and it has worked nearly a few times.
Yeah, it has. It just takes a slight lapse in concentration or being out of position by one of the Leeds defenders, and they'll be through. And then obviously then it's up to Carrie Simpson to to pull off a save. But yeah, I mean, they're defending really well. And then those 2 or 3 forward players, you know, Bianca Owens, Atkinson, Eve Marshall on that other side, are really quite dangerous.
Cassidy clears and Marshall makes sure that she gets across to ensure it will be a throw-in. There's a Leeds player down needing to retie the boots in Emily Cassidy. Simon Wood looks on. You know, he mentioned as well, it's an experience for him. It's not the first time, so there'll be still nerves, but it's not the first time he's been out on there at the technical area. And of course, games elsewhere today in the division, which we hope for some fortune in the games involving Huddersfield and Cheadle.
I shall be giving you all the updates throughout the day.
Cassidy to Dixon. Cassidy again. Just tries to force it a little bit. Once more, no one for Leeds on the same page. Owens slides in. Smith trying to get out of her way. Owens has just felt the effects of that of a stray stud as Atkinson gets away from trouble. Oh, it's hit leg. It will go in. So wicked deflection off Shauna Legg, who's just trying to cover the near post. And it hits the Leeds United captain, I think, on the side of the hip. And it is Leeds United 0, Norton and Stockton 1.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we've been talking about this right-hand side, haven't we? And you know what this Atkinson possesses. I mean, she's just gone straight past Emily Cassidy. Not many people do that in this league. I mean, it's really unfortunate by Shauna Legg. Literally never puts her foot wrong. She couldn't really do anything about that. Again, Carrie couldn't do anything about that. But, you know, there's plenty of this game left, and I'm sure that there's going to be plenty more chances for Leeds to get back level and try and win this game. Just news on the other fixture, the Huddersfield Town versus Blackburn. It's 4-0 up to Huddersfield in 22 minutes.
Yeah, Blackburn are bottom of the league.
Yes.
So it's not a surprise that that is a home success. It might be a surprise after 25 minutes.
But yeah, really disappointing to concede in this game, you know, at Elland Road. But like I said, plenty more time to go. I'd be more concerned if this was in the 92nd minute, like what Leeds United men did against West Ham.
Yeah, there's no need to give me flashbacks. Bianca Owens, I said, was, I think, caught a stray stud off Smith, who I think tried to jump over her. And in the end, just landed on the inside of the thigh. Yeah, and a frustration for Shauna Legg, who I thought just showed her attitude straight away, Bridie. She had 10 seconds to be frustrated, and then she ran off, said, come on, let's get going. You know, the captain of the team can't afford to dwell. She has to lead. She'll be so disappointed, but it's just unlucky. That's just part of football.
Yeah, and it's part of being a centre-half as well. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt. It's got a really good own goal once with my head. But yeah, you know, as captain and as leader, she's there to drive this team along, and she makes so many important stops. She reads the game so well. She challenges for everything. She's a fantastic leader, a fantastic captain, and a fantastic person. And that situation won't define her game today. I'm sure we'll see many situations where she comes out on top. So yeah, she shouldn't beat herself up about that. It's just one of those unfortunate things.
Hughes went straight to Drew Green, who gets her skates on to give it back to Millard. Here now is Legg. Cassidy into Dixon. The back heel hits the frame of Forster and keeps Leeds in possession. Here's White. And White trying to play it to Darcy Green. And again, that's where you do get frustrations, because you're so desperate to do something positive after a goal. It's a player that is pretty consistent in midfield as well, Ellie White, so that's why she's a bit annoyed.
Yeah, I think it's just important now for the team not to panic. Like I said, there's plenty of the game left. Just get the ball down and play. Just do what you do best. Yeah,
here's Woodruff and Dixon. It just won't fall for Leeds. They're defending so well. Vicky Burton with a great tackle there. Darcy Green, I think, wanting to leave it to Smith. Both of them decided in the end that was not the best option. Hughes' slide tackle gives it to White. Leeds' main areas of success are between that midfield three. They've all exchanged passes. Here is Hughes. Up to Woodruff. Nearly looking to find Millard again. It just seems to break down when we get into that final third.
Yeah, it does. We've said this a few times. I think the good thing about this team is that we find ourselves in those kind of positions. I think I would be more concerned if we didn't create chances and we didn't get into areas, and if we didn't have the players who could create a little bit of magic. We've got players on the pitch who will continue to get into positions. I just think at the moment it's just not quite as slick as we'd like it. And I think we need to turn it on pretty soon, because we need to get back into this game as soon as we can. Obviously, we can't really afford to be dropping points today.
No, mistake there from Norton and Stockton. That could give Leeds a lift. It's a simple situation, and I mentioned Chiswell has made an attempt to keep it in play. And for their perspective, for Norton and Stockton, that's quite a basic error.
Yeah, she won't want to watch that back. I think, you know, having Chloe Dixon back in the team after injury is so important to this team. She's a bit of a set-piece specialist, and she delivers some wicked balls into this box. Let's hope we're the first to it.
Dixon's delivery, a couple of early jumpers. Here's Woodruff, just can't get it under control. Awkward bounce for Darcy Green. I think it's had an ankle, trod on from behind. She's stayed down. Atkinson, I don't think there's any intention there whatsoever. It's just two players going for the ball. The referee's going to stop this.
Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward bounce, wasn't it? I thought she did really well. Initially, she seemed to get a body just in front of the Norton player and looked like she was going to control that and bring it down.
Yeah, so referee Lois Jeffries is going to allow the physio, sorry Bridie, because she's in enough discomfort.
Yeah, it's not very often she stays down, so that must have hurt. But yeah, I mean, as much as we're saying it was, you know, good play from the Leeds United player, I think Norton did well to get her body back in front and try and win the ball back for her team. I think it was just accidental, wasn't it? Just two players going for the same ball.
Yeah, I think she rolls it at the last second, doesn't she? I think, as I mentioned right in commentary live there, that Atkinson's not even looking at her ankles. You know, there's no malice in this.
No.
And because it's quite innocuous and she doesn't realise it, I think that's what's made it worse.
Yeah, sometimes that is the case, but I'm sure the physios will be patching her up as we speak.
Reminder of the bench, we of course don't hope to see it so early, but Charlotte Oates, Paige Williams, Izzy Elliott, Macy Ellis, Sophie Bentley, Sian Gilbrell-Keating and Abby Graham. Ellie White's come over to Salmon Wood and the rest of the coaching team to have a word. There's a round of applause for Green on her feet, who will make her way across, and the fact that she's skipping along suggests she'll be good to go.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's a really positive sign. She doesn't look to be hobbling. It's like whatever the physios use, bit of free spray maybe, seems to have done the trick. But yeah, we can't really afford to be losing, you know, some of our star players.
Big 15 minutes in the game. Leeds are still trailing. If you're just joining us, a 24th minute goal. Atkinson's shot hitting Shauna leg. If we're talking at the highest level, it'd probably go down as Atkinson's goal because it was going into the opposite corner. Striding forward now, Chloe West. Clever back heel to pick out Atkinson, and Darcy Green's got her toe to that as Cassidy goes back to Simpson.
Yeah, that was an important interception then. It was a good little bit of play. Again, down this right-hand side, Atkinson seems to be everywhere at the moment.
So Drury Green has possession. Goes inside to White. 1-2 was on, but Ellie White's overhit it. Woodruff's not happy. And again, just seeing those small differences when you play on a heavier pitch. You've got less room. Certain passes will work them when they don't. And that's just the last couple she's hit. Just a tad too powerful, and they've gone out of play. And the potential beforehand is massive. And just fine-tuning things, as you say, you still feel there's a lot of time and a lot more confidence in this group to come.
Yeah, it's just having that composure, isn't it, in the final third? I mean, Amy Woodruff's not the kind of player who wants to be running into channels. She likes the ball at her feet, turning defenders.
Yeah, here's Dixon. Good ball into White. Spots Woodruff. Looked to be offside. Isn't given. Vicky Burton's pleading with the official. That looks a big call. Didn't have anything positive for Leeds in the end, but that might change here as Drew Green skips past one. And the support player of Marshall only wins Leeds a throw.
Really good defending again that time by Lucy Jamieson. I think that's where, what I was saying a second ago, Amy Woodruff wants the ball into her feet, and that's where she got it then, but the defender read that pass really, really well. She didn't have a second at Amy Woodruff. She wanted to be able to get a shot away. She couldn't quite do it on that occasion.
Woodruff. Can't find Smith. Millard tracking. Legs going to get there as well. Owens just try to shield it. Millard, once again, good work just to recover possession. Leg to Hughes. Now to Cassidy. Cassidy's asking a lot there of Darcy Green. The idea was to spread it, put pressure on, but I think she was a bit further back than she realised.
Yeah, I think that's the ball though, Tom. I think that's exactly the areas that we want to be playing in. She just didn't quite execute that pass as well as what we know she can do. But the idea's there. Drew Green's got loads of space on that right-hand side.
It's up to Owens. Sticks as per usual. Atkinson. Good work from Darcy Green. Here's Hughes mopping up.
Again, there's been a few chances for both teams where you're thinking, God, that's good defending by both teams, because if not, you know, if we haven't got that foot in, or they haven't got that foot in, then you can see more goals coming in this game. I think at the moment both teams are defending really well.
Hughes given a bit of a risky pass. She deals with things. It's to Cassidy.
Darcy Green on this left-hand side, I can see where she's trying to run, but I think she just needs to give Cassidy that little bit of space and hit this touch line.
Drew Green to White. White rides the challenge, will have a dig. Forces the save. Still not fully dealt with. Woodruff falls to Drew Green. Opportunity here. She just drags it wide. Much better from Leeds at winning the second ball. Fans enjoying it as well. And I'll just get a bit of a sprig in the step, Bridie.
Yeah, I think we needed that. I think there were 2 or 3 chances there where we got into some really good positions where you could actually see us scoring. You know, that's exactly where we want to be, in that penalty area, having shots at goal, making the keeper make some saves. And credit to her, she did pull off a good save then, and it was just marginally wide. That's definitely the best Leeds chance, I'd say, that we've had for some time. I think Norton will kind of want to get this half over with. They'll be more than happy to go in at 1-0 at half-time.
Here's Leg to Millard. White nearly gets it to Smith. Again, it's that avenue of holding midfielder into one of the other central partners. People are pivoting off each other.
I think because the pitch as well, Tom, because it's had a little bit of water on it, some of these passes that are going into space is kind of like running out of play, or, you know, just running to the Norton players. I think we probably are better and more dangerous when the ball is into feet. I think we've seen that already today. Our best chances have been when we've just played the ball into feet.
Hughes gives White space. Woodruff's asking for it. She's offside. It just went behind her anyway.
I can feel it. I can feel a goal coming.
Offside against Bianca Owens. Cassidy wants to take it quickly. Covered well by Atkinson. She just checked that run of Darcy Green. It's up to Woodruff. Flick on header was for Dixon, but Leeds just breaking down their communication there. They're asking for different things. Woodruff wants a flick on. The other 2 players behind her wanted the knockdown. And with Norton leading, they try to take a bit of sting out of the clock with about 9 minutes left of this first half.
Yeah, I think it's all very well and good pinging it to Amy Woodruff, you know, but she's had nobody to flick it onto then. Like I mentioned before, she's a player that wants the ball into her feet. She uses her body so well. She wants it on the turn so she can have a shot at goal. She's not got herself into that many positions today. I think she's not had much service. I think we've seen a few times she's thrown her hands in the air with a bit of frustration. You know, her teammates want to find her. She's the one who can really put some pressure on this Norton team and score some really good goals.
Elland in the right place. Owens goes for the spectacular. Simpson watches it wide.
Not a bad effort.
No, she's been a nemesis of Leeds, every other team in this league for 6 seasons, Bridie.
Yeah, played
Double
against
figures
her.
Nearly every year.
She has, and every time I played against her, I said, I'm not going to let her score today. And then at the end of the match, I just had to shake her hand and say, well done. Because it doesn't matter. There was a bit of a running joke about one of our players following her even at half-time to the toilet. Just do not let her out of your sight.
Here's Cassidy towards Woodruff. Drew Green's out on the wing in space. Woodruff picks her out. Drew Green gets a rare chance to a drive into this penalty area. She rides the challenge up to Woodruff, back to Drew Green. Woodruff stays down the edge of the area. It's going to be a corner at the bare minimum.
You could see the defender. She really didn't want to concede another corner there because she knows what we possess from this position. But you know, she did well initially to stop that cross. A couple of players waiting in there for it. But yeah, it's another chance.
White's low corner. Smith back out towards Ellie White. See her cross blocked this time. Good work from Erin Boyle. As Smith takes the throw back to Millard. Leads of Cassidy in plenty of space here.
She doesn't normally get this far forward, does Cassidy?
Just overruns Smith, and again, it's just where you see different instances of those certain passes that stick on some surfaces they wouldn't on others, and as Bridie said, if you don't track the bounce on this pitch, it is going to get away from you.
Yeah, it's exactly that. We talk about the pitch at Garforth Town, how we're used to it now, and teams come and they don't really know what to expect, and it's the same if Leeds played on this pitch every week. We'd see some of these passes not going quite as stray as what they are today.
Drew Green looking for Dixon. Towards Forster, she clears. Woodruff couldn't pick up the pieces, but Hughes can. Millard has given Cassidy too much to do. The block helps Leeds, but Atkinson gets it back. Owens will look to send it straight back towards her, and Darcy Green spots the danger.
Yeah, good defending by Darcy Green, and she's got that pace, hasn't she? I could see what Bianca Owens were trying to do. She was trying to just hold that ball and allow a player just to get a few yards on, but Darcy Green did really well then.
Cassidy to White. Cassidy again forcing things, Leeds into those areas, and it just hasn't come off there. She just grimacing a little bit, Cassidy, that where she's just tweaked a muscle.
I think she's just frustrated with herself because she's done 3 or 4 of those passes now, and you know, normally on a Sunday they are absolutely pinpoint.
Good tackle from Hughes. No, Drew Green to White. Back to Green, just into the traffic jam. White's pass will be too strong for Woodruff. Burton gets back, and there's good goalkeeping and brave defending from the pair of them. They mop up, deal with things. It remains 0-1.
Yeah, really good defending by Georgia Leach, and again Vicky Burton, keeper, like I say, really, really brave. They just put everything on the line, don't they? And this is how they get results. You know, they get a goal. And it's not even like they're sitting back and just defending, you know, they're going for the next one, aren't they? And, you know, if you're a neutral kind of fan, then this is a good game of football to watch. But from our point of view, we just need to be a bit more clinical in that final third.
White to Dixon. Dixon gets caught on the ball. Smith trying to get back to stop Cairns, and it's hooked clear by her. Norton only really have 2 players forward at all times. Here's Hughes.
Certainly a difficult team to break down.
Drew Green. Here's Smith. Hughes is clipped on the edge of the box. That'll be a free kick in a good area for Leeds.
Yeah, very good.
Be a great time to score.
It would, and I think, you know, we need to get these fans cheering for us, don't we've seen already when we get into certain positions and have a couple of shots at goal that the crowd are excited. You know, we want these fans to score Leeds United, to see Leeds United score today. Need a good delivery into the box, and you know, just be brave, attack that ball. You know, they're not a very tall team, to be honest, so, you know, we've got the height advantage over them. Obviously, Britt Sanderson's normally really dangerous in these areas, but she's injured at the moment, so she's not here today, unfortunately.
So Dixon has 3 players to beat. Leg goes to the ground. Referee's going to stop and have a word with the situation. One of those, the keeper's not the tallest. Try and get into an area where there's a bit of uncertainty.
Yeah, I just wonder if Alice Hughes is going to move out to the back post.
Dixon does deliver. It is all the way in, and Dixon gets the goal.
Get in.
Wheels away in celebration, and it is into that far corner. But the keeper couldn't reach it. She was worried about Hughes over her shoulder, and Chloe Dixon laps up the attention. Leeds United won, Norton and Stockton Ancients won.
What a finish. She will absolutely go to bed tonight thinking about that all day long, watching that back on repeat. I wasn't sure if she was going for the back post for Alice, but it's in that position. I mean, the keeper had absolutely no chance. You know, this is what we've missed in these past few weeks with Chloe Dixon. Absolutely top draw, quality, and what a time to score. Back, level playing field. Now we can go for the win, Tom.
I think the cliche is perfect time to score. Team talk, positive. You know, things have been slowly building. You know, you've mentioned how you thought the goal was coming. It has come from a bit of a moment of quality. And I just think, let's fingers crossed that settles everybody down, Bridie. You know, there's been so much frustration on the big day that they're losing. You've got a bit of adversity to come through. But that half-time team talk now isn't as negative and frustrated as it would have been.
No, it's not. And when we conceded a few weeks ago, when we were commentating, we were saying this team are not used to going behind. And then panic does start to set in eventually, and you start to do things you wouldn't normally do. You know, maybe try and take too many players on or play a pass that you wouldn't normally play. But that should hopefully calm the girls down going into the half-time. They know it's not been the best half they've played all season. We know that. But like I said, sometimes the occasion and the nerves can get to you a little bit. But look, we're in a great position now. We've got 45 minutes after the restart to go on and win this game. Because like I said, I mean, you know, the margin for error in this league is really, really slim. And with the other 2 teams below us that are winning today as well, puts a bit more pressure on us.
4 minutes of stoppage time signalled by the 4th official. That'll be injury knock to Darcy Green.
4 minutes of extra time. 4 minutes extra
Drew
time.
Green trying to just flick it around the corner to White. I've lost count of how many times Leeds get to that area. I think you've got to credit Norton and Stockton. How they've defended things. They do have 4 or 5 players back at all times covering that box, but the reading of the game, their ability to cut passes out has been second to none.
Well, it's effective, isn't it? And this is, they don't change the DNA, they don't change how they play, they never have done. Players have come and gone, but you know, this team have been in this league a very long time, similar to Leeds. And
break off because here's Smith in behind and running out of wriggle room. I think Emma Woodruff's just given her a glance. Say, Catherine, you could have turned round.
Yeah, she was in a great position there, wasn't she, Amy Woodruff? But you know, when you're in that position and you think you've got it in your locker to score, then
I keep telling you, cop end.
yeah, exactly.
I'm doing the same thing.
Exactly. It's a great free kick, that. Similar to mine against Barnsley a few years ago. I don't know if I told you that. It was the winning free kick at the time. I don't score many.
I'll let you have your moment as Shona Leg takes over. Woodruff's asked for it at feet. She gets it and peels away. Shona Leg still stayed forward. She might even have a foray to get back in the box as Woodruff strides across. The sun's still shining out there to greet one of the defenders for Norton and Stockton with a good slide challenge.
She reminds me of me, Vicky Burton. She spends more time on the floor.
Been very effective today.
Yeah, she has.
Led the defence very well. White goes to ground. No free kick given. White appealed. Massive gap there to Owens as Cassidy picks it up, and that's the better pass that she's picked out Darcy Green. She's tried it a few times, now she's executed it as Darcy Green just runs into a bit of traffic. Smith asking for it from Dixon.
So nobody out wide on that right-hand side. I think that's where Alice Hughes was originally looking.
From the difference, do you notice maybe the fact that all the wingers are cutting in because the pitch is so big?
Yeah.
They don't want to stay really wide because they find it quite. You know, you've got to make sure the pass has got to get there first.
Yeah.
Whereas on Garforth, a smaller surface, something they're familiar with. Drew Green is practically hugging the touchline half the game. So Darcy Green strides forward. About a minute left of stoppage time. Woodruff again just overplays it. A moment of madness there from Woodruff, who you can see just that eagerness to drive them forward. Ellie White's moaning at the referee from that challenge about a minute and a half ago. Surprised Shona Legg's not come over to join in. The sun, certainly in the faces of some of those fans that have come out to on the road today. Good header from Hughes. There's a Norton Stockton player that will come off second best. That look Erin Boyle that had headed the back of White's head, but she's okay to continue. And again, there's just that avenue they want in the same ball every time. It's effective when they get in behind, but nobody on that occasion read the play, so Leeds might get one final attack. Referee's had a glance at the watch. White and Woodruff making the same run into space. White takes it from Woodruff, inside pass. Again, just the ricochets won't go their way, and Leeds United will see and hear the half come to an end. One apiece at the break, Bridie. A half very much of frustration until the 44th minute. Still, though, lots to be positive about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, the girls have got through that first half now. You know, I think the nerves initially started out, but then I think just getting that goal will completely change the mindset of these players now. And yeah, they'll be looking forward to just getting back out there again and creating some chances, getting into areas, getting this crowd cheered on. I mean, there's nothing better than seeing those fans cheer and shout your name and things. And yeah, I'm just really excited for the players. There's smiles on faces walking off the pitch now. So yeah, 5 minutes ago that might have looked a little bit different, but yeah, I'm glad we're back in it.
Yeah, every single sub has gone up to give Chloe Dixon a hug. One of admiration and a thanks, as there is the half-time break then. So we're back shortly in around 10 minutes' time for second half coverage. Gabriel Keating at the interval. So we await to find out what position the number 21 will occupy, because she has been playing as a striker when Amy Woodruff was injured. That would be where I think she would choose to play. They might have gone straight for a 2 up top sort of formation, as that change now confirmed to the crowd as Hughes picks out Millard. It's a good ball. Millard turns it towards Gabriel Keating, just trying to first touch in an attacking sense. It had been her second of the day from kickoff. And Bridie, your thoughts on the change? I mean, it's not common for changes to be made so early, and there is an element that Woodruff could go to a 10, play off Sian. There's a few options.
Yeah, there is. I mean, obviously you've taken off a centre midfielder and you've put really a striker on the pitch. I'm looking at the bench thinking, you know, you'd expect the trains to be for Paige Williams to come on, but you know, she might get her opportunity. But yeah, I mean, look, we've seen Sian come off the bench a few times this season. She's dangerous, she's pacey, she can score a few goals as well, and we saw already in the first touch of the game she nearly scored an absolute worldie. So you know, she'll get into those positions, but the one thing that you're going to get with Sian is her work rate. She will absolutely chase everything down. So like you say, you'll probably see Amy just picking up the ball a bit deeper, and I think Sian will just play off her a little bit.
Hughes goes across to Cassidy, now to Darcy Green. Cassidy towards White, nearly flicks it towards Woodruff. It's up to Owens. Who again will shield possession. Went to play it wide. She's frustrated because that was a big potential there to play in Marshall, as Millard goes towards Sian Gabriel Keating. Hold up play from her. Now she makes the attacking run and Woodruff tries to play her in. Tried to return the pass, just didn't have the power. Picked up by Millard, tells Drew Green that this is her ball and Leeds can advance. Dixon's at the far post. For now, Drew Green cuts into the middle. Here's Hughes. Towards Woodruff, goes to ground. There'll be nothing in that. It'll be straight into the hands of goalkeeper Chiswell.
We seem to have come out of the blocks, don't we, in this first couple of minutes since the restart. I think we're definitely playing more attacking football. I think just going back to that chance then with Amy Woodruff, she was asking quite a lot of Sian Gabriel Keating then, and just the pass just forced her away from goal, although she still managed to get a cross in.
Foul on White. Drew Green driving Leeds forward. Inside to Darcy Green. Good run here from Darcy Green, takes her time. Now can she pick the finish? Good save from Chiswell. Gabriel Keating to pick up the pieces. Leeds unable to have a second attempt.
That was a bit of individual brilliance then, wasn't it? It just needed the goal, which would be the cherry on top of that amazing run. Really unfortunate, but what a save from the goalkeeper, Chiswell.
Yeah, Gabriel Keating's introduction, Bride, he's just added a different dimension to it. We mentioned earlier about maybe Norton and Stockton had a bit too much time as Dixon lets fly. Already scored a goal from distance. She gets a deflection, it'll be a corner. Just having, you know, if you're a defender, Bride, at half-time coming out for Norton and Stockton Ancients, you've seen it's only a one-player strike force. Then you see a second, you just have to think a lot more. It's asking, you've got to say naturally, a lot more questions of this defence of theirs.
Yeah, I mean, we praised the Norton defence, didn't we, quite a lot in that first half, but it just gives them a little bit of something to think about. The communication's got to be on point. You know, that defence will need to be talking to each other to make sure that both players are picked up for Leeds. But yeah, definitely asks a few more questions, that's for sure.
White's delivery was towards Hughes, out to Dixon. Just tries to, I think, get caught in two minds. She went to side foot it or smash it. Did neither. It's away for a goal kick, and yeah, we were just catching up at half-time at the scores elsewhere. Brady, it's safe to say Huddersfield are having an easy day. They're beating Blackburn 7-0.
Yeah, after 54 minutes. I mean, obviously Blackburn are obviously bottom of the league, so we did expect Huddersfield to win today, but not to that kind of length. So 7 goals within 54 minutes. I mean, Blackburn will want that final whistle to go, because that could end up in double figures. And elsewhere, Cheadle are beating York 3-0. So the two teams that are below us with games in hand They're obviously winning their games quite comfortably today, so it's really important that we get this win today.
Gibral Keating looking for Drew Green. Clearance away by Burton.
I think Norton created more chances in the first half of the first half, didn't they? But Kerry Simpson's had a fairly quiet afternoon so far.
Here's White trying an ambitious shot. That's going to work for Norton and Stockton, but yeah, there's a breakdown in communication there. You've got to play it into Bianca Owens' feet. She stayed still in space, and an aimless pass over her head allows Leeds a second chance. It's been a bit more of attack versus defence this, because Leeds haven't had much defending to do. Over the top pass for Hughes, looking for Millard, goes astray. It will be a goal kick, and we're 6 minutes into the second half.
Football's much more enjoyable when you've got the ball, isn't it? So I think the girls will be enjoying this. As a centre half, I just used to love just watching my team just play good football, and just almost like watching from a distance, every now and again getting called into action. But yeah, I much prefer kind of watching my team do the business at the right end of the pitch.
Darcy Green is bursting forward. She gets away, gives it to Dixon. Forster was not slowing down there in defence. Here is Darcy Green looking for a crossing opportunity, lays it to Dixon. This is an opportunity if she takes it quick enough. Deflected, it won't go to Drew Green. It's smothered by Chiswell, the goalkeeper. And again, these 50-50 deflections going the way of the visitors.
Yeah, it was a great ball in that left-hand side. I'm not sure why Chloe Dixon didn't pull the trigger. First time of asking, she moved it from a right foot to a left, and then it was a bit of a weak shot in the end.
Hughes to Drew Green. Gibral Keating trying to get there. Drew Green gets it back. One of the Norton players has come off in a bit of discomfort here, and we hope she is okay. And she's in a lot of pain. And I think it was Gibral Keating's come across to put the block in. Is it Vicky Burton that's?
Yeah, it is.
She
does not go down for any reason other than if she's severely hurt. She seemed to fall really funny. There was nothing in it from Sian there at all. No malice in it whatsoever. I'm not sure if she's landed a bit funny, but she's certainly feeling that. And you know, as one of their best players so far today, I think Norton will be worried if they need to make a sub. The subs look like they're warming up now, getting ready to come on potentially. Hopefully she'll be okay, because she's played out of her skin today in front of this crowd.
Yeah, we really hope she can get back on her feet, and she has just landed awkwardly. Never want to see anybody coming off injured, and of course someone that gets to play in this occasion who's been a stalwart for them at the back. You want to see those players finish the game.
My prediction at the start of the game was 3-0, so I'm already losing that one. It's been a good game of football so far. I think both teams are better footballing teams than what we've seen today, but I think both teams are kind of getting used to the pitch, aren't they?
Yeah, 4,053 the crowd attendance today announced, so good support from the Leeds United fan base, who are using the opportunity to show and throw their support behind the women's team on an occasion they get to Elland Road. Helps, of course, with the first team not in action tomorrow, for those that need the Elland Road fix. It's a different format for them with the women's game. Like we said earlier, Brad, there's so many young faces being brought to the game, so many youngsters that could hopefully one day have the same aspirations that you once had.
Yeah, and I think we need more than this. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, the men will always take priority over this pitch, but the more we can play our fixtures at this ground, the better. The more people can come out and watch and actually see what we're all about. And you know, after the game, the girls will be stopping and having photos and signing autographs. You know, they always make the time to do that. And again, it just inspires that next generation.
Hughes to Woodruff, forced wide by the bounce, tries to get it back in. Corner ball to Leeds.
Good position to be in. I don't know if she was expecting that to come all the way through there, but she's taking a quick one.
She has. Dixon delivers. There's not that many forward. Gibral Keating is one of them, and it's just headed behind the post from her.
She did well to get ahead on that, because she was running away from the goal there. She got some decent power on it, just not the precision that she would like.
Darcy Green. Inside options include Hughes as she goes and picks out into Cassidy. Wide to Darcy Green again. Hughes once more. Hughes brings it under control. Wanted that forward pass, but Dixon was coming back from an offside position, so has to return inside. Here now his leg, trying to get Gabriel Keating in space. Gets in behind. Cut back, doesn't find a white shirt, but she's added a lot more attacking output to this team. Cassidy gets it back from Owens, but the over-the-top pass released. Atkinson, who swapped flanks for a split second with Marshall. And if they had less that power on that, that's a chance, Brad, that was going through. There was no offside.
Yeah, it was. I was just about to say a second ago, actually. I hope that Norton do try and do something this half rather than just kind of settle for the 1-1 draw. It's nothing worse than seeing teams park the bus. You know, they were going for it in that first half, and even when they were 1-0 up, they were still trying to score more. But so far in this first 10 minutes, Leeds have absolutely dominated. Got into some really good areas, and I definitely think the introduction of Sian Gibril-Keating has changed things a little bit. Her energy and directness and willingness to get into areas and put some crosses in has been impressive so far.
Dixon towards White. Darcy Green the target. Leeds have 2 in the box. Darcy Green runs into traffic, but she gets a throw. Out to Darcy Green again. There is Gibril-Keating. Turned, goes down, edge of the penalty area, just about. And Chloe Dixon, no surprise, Brady, sets off walking to the ball.
Yeah, I think she sets off walking towards the ball and everybody else just walks away. More than happy to let Chloe Dixon take this one after the magnificent goal that she scored in the first half. But yeah, it was only just outside the box, actually. Again, she's got herself into that kind of position, using her body well. Got brought down by the Norton player. So another really, really good opportunity. Chloe Dixon, surely not twice in a game.
Up she steps, then Dixon tries to float it again. Goalkeeper's not comfortable. Out to Hughes. Hughes onto the roof of the net. Tries to just nestle it under the crossbar. And these set pieces are causing problems for today's visitors.
I think if I was a Norton player now, I'd be saying no more free kicks or corners to this team, because every time we're in those positions, we look like we could score. I think we should have scored, looking at that. I think Alice Hughes walking away with a little smile on her face. She knows that could have been a nice little goal for Elland Road. But I'm sure she'll get another opportunity. I mean, the way that this game is going, I do feel, especially with Sian, like I mentioned, running those channels and getting into areas, I feel like we're going to be getting a few more corners in this half. So if we can get some good deliveries in the box, I'm sure we can get on the end of some of these set pieces.
Erin Green has replaced Millie Cairns for Norton Stockton. Number 16. Does Norton get a throw? That ball has hit Darcy Green on the head. It will go out for a Norton corner. Norton and Stockton, no doubt, sending their centre halves forward here. Burton still walking with a slight limp after her injury she picked up earlier.
Yeah, I was amazed to see her actually come back on. I thought she might have ended up getting substituted off, but she's a warrior, that girl.
Substitution for Norton Stockton coming off the pitch, number 6.
Hughes heads clear. Back out it goes towards Erin Boyle. Cassidy takes it on her own. Norton Stockton have won it back with Atkinson. They win another corner.
She's had a really good game, hasn't she, Atkinson? Been quiet.
Effective when she gets it.
Yeah, been very, very quiet in the second half so far, but just the way in which she kind of took the ball out to the left and won a team a corner, then allowing a team to kind of get into position a little bit, I thought was good. It's like the first real chance that they've had in this second half, isn't it, so far?
Coming over to take the set piece is Chloe West. Right underneath, Carrie Simpson handles it very well. Good punch right in the sun in her face. Saw it all the way as Burton puts it back into an area for Simpson to deal with.
Yeah, it was an awkward one. That was a really good corner, actually. I think it just needed a Norton player just putting Carrie Simpson under a bit more pressure then, and that could have been dangerous. But yeah, really confident. That's what you need from your goalkeeper in those situations.
Ellie White in towards Gabriel Keating, asking questions of the defence, and I think it's Burton that's got all the way back there from swinging the last cross in. She gets back, and as we say quite a lot when you cover the opposition with respect, she's very annoying. She's been really impressive today to just marshal everything, stop everything coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I've lost count how many times we've mentioned her, but I mean, that back four all day today have just constantly cut out, you know, crosses and things like that, and I think it says a lot when one of your players in the matches are the, you know, your centre half for the opposition. She played really, really well.
Dixon towards Cassidy, just over her head. Nobody at the back post for Leeds. Everybody had moved away. Hindsight's a wonderful thing when you start up here in the commentary box. If somebody stays still at the far post, Bridie, do they have a tap-in?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I spent a career doing, just hanging out at the back post, waiting for teasing balls like that. It was a great ball. It had a lot of whip on it, a lot of power. There's nobody on the end of it. It's one of those frustrating crosses for a fan, isn't it? You want to see that getting buried in the back of the net. But yeah, really good delivery again by Chloe Dixon. What an impact she's had today. Good defending there by Emily Cassidy. When you play this team, you kind of think, if I can keep Bianca Owens quiet, then we're halfway there to getting a result.
Needs concede a throw. Hughes to White. Leeds just need to try and get those goal-scoring opportunities picked out more. Darcy Green gets to this White pass.
It's a really good ball
Dixon,
by Ellie White.
Woodruff, Gabriel Keating all around the area, trying to pick out Woodruff Leeds. Here's Cassidy. Drew Green just runs out of space. Atkinson gets back, and again into feet of Owens. Strong for Millard, will turn away. Has leg played Atkinson onside, she has. They're getting there, the numbers including Marshall. It will be a corner. Marshall wanted it earlier. And Cassidy gets across.
Yeah, it was 2v4 then for a moment, and Norton still ended up with the ball on that right-hand side. Bianca Owens was busting her gut to kind of get in there, and she was frustrated that the cross didn't come in, but good defending by Leeds. We've got to defend this now.
Hanging ball for Leeds to deal with. It takes a double deflection, that. I actually thought it might have been a deflection off a Leeds head. Owens the last one that's touched it by all accounts.
Yeah, it was a decent ball in. I'm not sure Bianca actually expected that then. It just kind of seemed to land on her head. She didn't seem to kind of direct it in any way, and that's why it just fired wide. But again, they've had a couple of corners, and you know they need to be taking advantage of that, because I think they've struggled to break Leeds down, particularly this second half.
Millard's got a toe to the ball to put Norton under pressure, who concede a throw in deep in their own half.
It was Georgia Leach there. She's one of their new signings, signed from Chesterlow Street in January.
Offside against Gilbert Keating. Play just slowed down a little bit, Brady. Tempo dropped. Reminder of the other outfield players. I mean, Charlotte Oates is the reserve goalkeeper. You've got Paige Williams, Izzy Elliott, Macy Ellis, Sophie Bentley and Abby Graham that are still to be utilised off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong bench, that, isn't it? Again, a lot of pace, creativity. Obviously, we do normally make changes quite late. I do wonder if Kath Smith might have had a knock or something. And that's why Sian's come on, I'm not sure. But yeah, sometimes you do just need to inject a little bit of something, because the players that are on the bench will be chomping at the bit to come on.
Drew Green looking over the top towards Gilbert Keating. She gets goal side, just puts too much loft on it, looking for Dixon. He still hasn't gone out though. Leeds can still capitalise here. Darcy Green's getting in support, but Dixon just keeps hold of it for now.
Alice Hughes at the edge of the box shouting for it.
Dixon, dangerous. Gilbert Keating getting in. The referee, I think, gives advantage for a handball. And she's going to book it for that decision. We see it coming in. Oh, nearly a lovely elbow.
Yeah, I think it kind of come off the shoulder. It was like the hand of God. Yeah, I mean, Woodruff's definitely taken up a deeper kind of role, hasn't she? I mean, as the striker, you normally expect her to see her on the end of things, but you've got your two advanced players in front, Chloe Dixon and Sian Gibble-Keating. I don't think Amy Woodruff minds where she plays as long as she's on the pitch. Such a good team player for this team. I would love to see her score and do that knee slide today in front of the fans.
Fingers crossed she gets the chance. Here is Woodruff looking to play it towards Dixon. Gibble Keating putting pressure on. Now she goes and gets an opportunity for herself. Running through on goal. Gibble Keating gets goal side, tries to poke it towards goal. They're asking the coaching staff for a penalty. They're claiming she was being pulled to the ground. And that's the injection of pace she provides to this attack. It's a totally different unit when you've got somebody like Woodruff who fills in behind and doesn't have to go to feet. You can mix it up if you've got someone that's have got a different sort of playing style. And she practically did that all on her own. She's
changed the game, in my opinion, Tom. I think she's been absolutely brilliant since she's come on, and you know, what a time to do it in front of your family and friends and that crowd over there. You know, she wants to be starting every week. She doesn't want to be coming on as a substitute, you know, being a super sub. She wants to be playing in this team every week, and you know, she's certainly asking questions to the manager, Simon Wood, today.
Gibble Keating having the shirt pulled, then she's clipped as well. That should be a free kick, and is.
She's causing all sorts of problems, isn't she? She's winning free kicks for a team, working hard.
Another change coming. Brady, Izzy Elliott is preparing to come on.
Substitution for Leeds United coming off the bench, number 5, Emily Cassidy, replaced by number 16, Izzy Elliott.
So yeah, straight swap that.
I think it's nice for Izzy Elliott to get some game time today. She was a really important player before she got injured as well, so she's still very much working her way back, trying to get some minutes in the tank, but she brings a little bit of height as well, which obviously will help from these kind of situations. A player that's been at Leeds for a good few seasons now, working her way up through the junior rankings.
Headed behind by Owens. It'll be a corner into the final 20 minutes. Ellie White has gone across to take the delivery. Low and hard again towards Gabriel Keating. Just won't sit for her. He might second time around, just too much loft. But again, another opportunity for the young striker stepping off the bench.
Yeah, it's a good effort, isn't it? Just leant back a little bit too much there. She had a couple of those now. But again, she doesn't get a lot of playing time, so she's bound to be a little bit rusty. She certainly made an impact today.
So Ash Coyle is coming on. Lucy Jameson is the one going off for Norton and Stockton Ancients. Thing as well, Bridie, is fitness levels.
Norton Stockton coming off the pitch, number 17, Lucy Jameson, replaced by number 2, Ash Coyle.
So yeah, fitness levels, Bridie. You know, this is the bigger pitch they've ever, a lot have ever played on. Do wondering if, that's why there's a few more subs today than we would normally see. Players just needing that extra bit of energy levels to get over the line last 20 minutes.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think it's a nice to have, isn't it, to give people game time, but that won't be in Simon Wood's mind. He wants to win this game. He's making changes what he sees fit.
Yeah, Owens, Simpson comes out, Bales leads out as well. Hughes just carefully marshals it back there, Alice Hughes. Somebody needed to be a calm head, and she was. Elliott goes long, looking for Gabriel Keating. It's put Leeds on the front foot, that pass. And Gabriel Keating will win another free kick. She's causing a few issues, Bridie.
She is. They absolutely can't deal with her whatsoever. It just seems the only way of dealing with her is just hacking her down. But she'll do that all day long for a team. She'll do the dirty work. And then, like I said, you've got this quality player in Chloe Dixon who can literally cross a ball on a sixpence, and as a centre half, and players like Alice Hughes. It must be fantastic playing in this team with her.
Headed away again late by Norton and Stockton. Look to be Owens once more. I mean, she is the set piece main target defensively. She's the one that wants to jump up first. She's the main striker to score the goals, and she's the main set piece taker. The goalkeeper's now injured. Don't think this is like the issue we get in the Premier League where this is a team talk, but everyone is making their way across for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, we're going into the last 20 minutes now. They'll just be getting a few more instructions from the coaching staff, taking some fluids on board. But yeah, I mean, goalkeeper, to be fair, has done really, really well today. Just one thing worth noting, Ellen Valentine, who's the goalkeeper that's on the bench for Norton, she's making a return from a broken wrist. So I'm not sure she'll be expected to come on today, but she is on the bench, ready if needed. But yeah, their goalkeeper's made some really good saves today. Kept them in it at times. I think that's the thing about women's football in general, isn't it? The players don't go down very often, so when they do go down, it's often for a very good reason. Looks like it's a back. So she's getting a little back massage from the physio there.
Yeah, of course. I think they getting flashbacks of being here at Elland Road when Mr. Kelleher had issues for Brentford. You always have a bit of the cynic in you, but yeah, you don't think it'll happen at this level, would you? She is, if she is going down, just forget the plea-mates a team talk. She's doing a good impression of looking like she's injured, so fingers crossed she's okay. Rachel Chiswell, we say it every week, and these players are not playing professionally. They've also got jobs to go back to and careers elsewhere, so you want to see everybody stay fit and just the best team win. And we hope today that team is wearing white and blue. 15 minutes left for that to prove and come true, though, in a game that is must win for promotion. Blackburn have a goal back, but they're still trailing 8-1 against Huddersfield Town. I mean, that's going to do Huddersfield's goal difference the world of good in this quest for promotion. They are ahead of kick-off today, 2 points behind Leeds with 2 games to spare. 4 points Cheadle Town behind Leeds with 2 games to spare. And they were winning earlier as well.
That game's 4-0 at the moment.
Here is Drew Green. Darcy Green's made an inside run. She picks her out. Darcy Green running through. Just won't fall for her to let fly. Drew Green picks it back up.
You kind of felt like if she was going to pull the trigger there, that was only going to end up in one place, and that was the back of the net. But again, last-ditch defending by the Norton team, who've done incredibly well today.
Yeah, Gibril Keating. Wide to Dixon. Awkward delivery. Burton deals with it, but there's more work to do. A mistake there as Dixon goes to ground. Free kick given. It's so close to the edge of the penalty box yet again. And Ruby Forster, I think, has maybe hurt herself while making that challenge. And again, we're talking millimetres. That's twice Dixon's been brought down within a step or a stride of getting in the penalty area. And do you know what? That looks like it might be in on the replay.
I think it's just on the line, isn't it? Have we got VAR here today?
Sadly not. Unless it's me and you.
In that case, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just thinking a second before, the players for Norton were backing off Sian Gibril Keating. I think they're almost scared to get too tight to her now, because the last 2 or 3 times she's won a team free kick. And then obviously it was Chloe Dixon, and just a lack of experience there from Norton. It was just a bit of a random swing. It was just a rush of blood to the head, I think, but you've got to be so careful in those areas. I think they're quite lucky there that it is obviously just a free kick and not a penalty. But with her quality, it's more or less.
Dixon floats it in. Gibril Keating, just no power on it. She has to generate it. She tries to steer it in the corner, and it is another goal kick. Another chance goes begging.
I think that free kick was almost too close to the goal, wasn't it? I think where we've had a bit more joy is when the free kicks are a little bit further out, because you don't want to put too much power on it there. It's about the direction and getting it in the areas.
Drew Green turns. Wicked deflection. You can see the weather turning here in Beeston. It's the sort of conditions I arrived in and got soaked. These players have had it great.
Yeah, they've been lucky so far, haven't they? We just need it to snow now, and then we'll have had everything.
Elliott gets back, slots in nicely, and then to that back 4. Hughes picks up possession. Drew Green once more, skips away. Dangerous ball in if it's just got a little less power on it. Angle, Bridie, direction, everything of where she wanted to play in Gibril Keating, it's just over here.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think we talked about in the first half about being clinical in that final third, and you know, it's all very well and good having all this possession. It's all very well and good playing nice football, but ultimately it's the scoreline that is the most important stat of the game, and at the moment it's even Stevens. I do feel like one's coming though.
Well, you felt that in the first half, and you were right. So
I think we just seem to be putting on a lot more pressure. I don't feel like Norton are really trying to do much this half. I don't think they've had much opportunity. I think when we've lost the ball, we've won it back straight away. We look hungry, using the pitch. Look how wide we are now. We've done that a few times this game already.
yeah, Elliott plays the pass and goes to support Darcy Green, who gets caught in traffic.
This team for Norton, they rely on grinding out results.
Elliott's pass is over here. It'll be a frustration that for Leeds, because that's where Norton can just duck, get their head out of the way and take 20-30 seconds off the clock, Brady.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, look, if they get a result here today at 1-1, they'll be more than happy. They've had a good day out, and if they get a point out of it, they'll be even happier. I think they're on track to get their record points. I think their best previous points is 30 points. They're already on 29 with 2 games left. They've got a County Cup final coming up as well.
Ball appeal from Leeds. Atkinson. Elliott's just trying to get her off the ball though. She goes to ground. There's going to be a penalty given. That's a massive call. She got goal side of Izzy Elliott, who at first glance I don't think there seemed to be too much wrong. She hasn't had too much of a protest though. And a penalty in the 81st minute.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think the Norton player used her body incredibly well. I mean, Atkinson, she's been a thorn in Leeds' side all day. She just almost seemed to lean in to Izzy Elliott. And at those stages, you're giving the referee a decision to make.
Up steps Owens, sends Carrie Simpson the wrong way, and it's Bianca Owens that's fired Norton and Stockton into the lead.
Yeah, she doesn't miss those, unfortunately. I mean, she's on track to get top goal scorer this season. I mean, she's literally done nothing, I'll be honest, in this second half. Through no fault of her own, by the way. I think she's not had much service, but she doesn't miss from the spot. She's an exceptional player. And really, really disappointing for Leeds to concede this late on. I mean, look, we've still got time. We've got stoppage time as well. But in order to get a win here, we're going to have to score 2 goals.
Yeah, Owens puts Leeds under pressure as the weather does start to turn here inside of the road. It's almost on cue with things going wrong for Leeds United women. Games elsewhere are not going their way. And those games more important. They've got games in hand. It's in their hands for where Leeds United face this season, as simple as that. Leg gets caught. It's a good challenge, that last one. White comes in. That'll be a free kick, you'd feel. Well, in fact, the referee lets it go, surprisingly. It was on Erin Green.
It's like what I was saying a few moments ago, Tom, though. It's okay having possession, but you've got to be effective and efficient with it. It's got to result in a shot at goal, keeper making a save. And literally, they've had a deflected goal and a penalty.
Gibble Keating overhits it, try to force it into that corner. It's actually hit the flag and gone out for a throw.
This is where we need the players, especially the experienced ones, especially with those with tier 3 experience, to pull the socks up and get this team motivated. Like I said, we've still time. It only takes a second to score a goal. You were saying a minute ago, I could feel a goal coming, but I didn't mean for it to be Norton.
Certainly did not, as here's Shona Legg. Into Drew Green she goes. Hacked clear by Norton and Stockton. Number 3, Ruby Force, has gone to left back for now. Here's Darcy Green skipping away, encouraged by the crowd to have a shot. She'll take that opportunity and win a corner.
That's it now, we've just got to go for it. If you're getting yourself in a position, if you feel like you can pull the trigger in a good position, obviously if there's a teammate in a better position, then you would pass, but if you get an opportunity, have a shot.
Drew Green's header. Elliott tried to just turn it back inside, and while she did, it was to only Norton colours. Darcy Green takes over but runs out of wriggle room. Here's Forster.
She just wanted that to her feet, then Atkinson. They've just given the ball back to Leeds United there, but equally Leeds United have just kicked the ball into touch. Lack of composure there, because all Norton are going to do is just take the time in picking the ball and throwing it in. So Leeds United, when we get the ball, we've got to keep it.
Simpson's going to keep this in just to speed the game up for Leeds.
It was a poor pass, that, by the number 16, Erin Green. Good little bit of work by Bianca Owens to hold the ball up, but she's just given the ball back to Leeds United, and I think it's a bit of game management from their point of view now. You know, equally they need to be keeping the ball and kind of hitting the corners, really.
Atkinson's running through to goal. Millard's trying to get back. She's done well there, Alana Millard. On her back foot, off balance.
I think she's apologising. She didn't want to give away a corner. She knows that they're just going to walk to the corner flag and just run the clock down. But she did well to stop the Atkinson having a shot at goal.
Changes coming for Leeds. It will be, the looks of things, Macy Ellis and Sophie Bentley for Leeds United. Norton Stockton have Kerry Heslop, Anna MacArthur and Daisy Swash that are preparing to come on for them.
Big occasion for 17-year-old Sophie Bentley, signed from York a few weeks ago.
Yeah, she's had a few appearances, hasn't she, off the bench, and perhaps a player that we will see a lot more of in the seasons to come.
Triple change for Norton.
Yeah, making it at a corner as well. So 11, Louise Atkinson.
Number 21,
Eve Marshall.
Replaced by
And Ruby Forster.
Kerry Heslop. Number 18, Anna MacArthur. And number 19, Daisy Swash.
And as the announcer confirms, Daisy Swash, Anna MacArthur and Kerry Heslop are coming on. So nearly a full complement of Norton and Stockton ancient subs. Poor set piece, straight out of play.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I'm surprised they didn't try and do a short corner and just try and keep it in there for a couple of minutes. I know there's going to be some additional time, mind, but again, they've just handed that ball to Leeds United for a goal kick. Gives us the opportunity to get upfield.
Yeah, so coming off, goal scorer Dixon and Ellie White on Bentley and Ellis.
I think Chloe Dixon's been excellent today, by the way. Obviously, the goal was one thing, but just every single cross that she puts in just seems to cause problems.
For Leeds United coming off the pitch. Number 11, Chloe Dixon. And number 8, Ellie White. Replaced by number 18, Macy Ellis. And number 19, Sophie Bentley.
So this pretty much is it then for Leeds in a sub situation. They can only can't really get more attacking with Ellis out on the pitch as one of the pacey wingers as Hughes is knocked off the ball. It's back to Simpson. It's fair to say, Bridie, we're into season-defining minutes because you just expect with the defeat today, other teams winning. They've got 2 games in advance. That promotion hopes could very much be over.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we said it before, didn't we? Huddersfield have still got to play Cheadle. They've got other games. It's, you know, we've got the points on the board, but they've got the games in hand, so it's not over yet.
Darcy Green to Elliott. A draw would be such a big thing for Leeds. With that, as you say, Brady, just any hope of putting the pressure on, any points precious as Drew Green gets a free kick.
Yeah, that was a bit of a wild swipe, wasn't it then?
Yellow card for Erin Green.
Yeah, we've literally just taken our goal scorer, our set-piece specialist off the pitch. It'll give an opportunity for somebody like Alice Hughes to have a little pop at this. She looks like she fancies it.
Sophie Bentley's gone near enough to suggest maybe a left-footed, like a cross option, but no, she moves away, so it will be Hughes.
We need to score, Tom.
She steps then over the top of the bar, just try to guide it under the crossbar, and that will take us through to stoppage time. The board about to be shown here in front of the West Stand. 7 minutes.
Fergie time.
For Leeds to keep their season alive.
The fourth official has indicated there will be 7 minutes added time. 7 minutes.
The boos that you can hear are probably from the Norton fans they're wanting to see that final whistle, because this is a monumentous win as it stands for Norton and Stockton. I mean, to beat a team of Leeds United's calibre at Elland Road, I mean, it doesn't get much better for them than that, actually. It's not over yet.
And Darcy Green. Looking for Woodruff. Was Ellis. She skips inside. Bentley picks it up. Norton get away from trouble. Important, Leeds can't get a free kick conceded here. Bentley and Darcy Green dig in. Ellis keeps it alive. Leeds making it scrappy, but it's effective. Here is Hughes. Drew Green, but you need to catch that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she was trying to do then. I mean, Alice Hughes did come across quite late, but seconds after the keeper had made the easy catch. I think there's not going to be that many more opportunities now when we're in that position, so I've said it all game. We have to be clinical, but now we really have to.
Yeah, Owens is just wasting time. Technique is perfect to bring it down, drag it away. She's just trying to pen Leeds in.
I mean, their game plan has worked a treat, hasn't it?
Annoyingly so, Brady, as here comes Shauna Legg. 5 to go. Here's Hughes. Millard telling Hughes to go the other way. She will do just that. It's out to Ellis. Ellis overplays it to Millard, and it's a huge win for Norton and Stockton.
I think it's frustrating as well, because when you look at how much of the ball we've seen, particularly in this second half, you know, you'd put your money on Leeds to win this game quite comfortably. But at this point, it looks like it's not meant to be.
And again, Owens just trying to give the ball away. She's not happy at the coaching staff of Norton and Stockton Ancients.
This team have always been a bit of a bogey team for Leeds United over the years.
Gibble Keating turns her marker, gets a free kick. Yellow card coming out.
A few yellow cards coming out here, isn't there?
Yeah, Georgie Leach is the one that gives the set piece away. Don't think she'll be too bothered about the card, considering it stopped Leeds.
Yeah, I think at that point, though, she's not really going anywhere. There's loads of Norton players around her. I think it's a bit of a silly challenge to give away from a Norton point of view. When you're going into the last 4 minutes, just stand up to her.
Floating ball to the far post. So many bodies there for Leeds. It'll fall to Bentley. Needs a tee-off option. Darcy Green is encouraged to shoot. Doesn't do so. Plays it sideways, and the frustration grows inside Elland Road.
I don't know why she didn't shoot then. Maybe she just couldn't find an opening.
Woodruff, Darcy Green again. Here's Bentley. Bentley is going to have a go. Just past the post. It bounced awkwardly. Keeper seemed to have it covered.
Tell you what, that's not too far away. I mean, this is what we need, direct play, someone that's going to have a shot. She just give herself half a yard then and really got some good power behind that. It was unlucky. I mean, what a way to come on, and if that was to go in the back of the net. Good hold-up play again by Bianca Owens.
Just the master at it, isn't she, sadly? Norton looking for a decisive third. Elliott gets it clear. Woodruff gets back. There is Owens. Again, just playing Norton and Stockton around the park. They just try to waste time. And again, it's just a ball forward. It's a goal kick. It wastes 20 seconds. It gets them closer to an important victory at Elland Road.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Erin Green were doing then. I mean, I don't know why she didn't run into the channel or even just play it out into that corner really slowly to kind of go out for a Leeds throw-in, but she gave it straight back to Leeds once again.
Miller told to go for the more direct throw into Gilbert Keating. Leeds need options in the box. Woodruff is one of them. Tries to head it to goal underneath the ball. Not a typical striker's finish. She's annoyed. There's a minute left.
Yeah, she's not had many chances this game. I mean, there you've got to at least get it on target. She knows it was a chance.
And then Woodruff coming off here for Paige Williams with 45 seconds left.
Sadly, the Lee slide will not be coming out today.
Substitution for Leeds United. Coming off the pitch, number 14, Amy Woodruff, replaced by number 15, Paige Williams.
Owens gets the flick on it. She's going to put Leeds under pressure. Leg bursting away down the right, but can't get the pass away. Norton told by the officials to get on with things, but they're not happy that the throw was taken so far forward from Shauna Legg. Here's Gilbert Keating. Williams asking for it in the channel. She gets it, but it will be a goal kick, unfortunately, for Leeds.
It's a great challenge, by the way. Those kind of challenges, you're never really sure where the ball's going to end up. Whether it's going to be a corner or a goal kick, but unfortunately for us, it ended up being a goal kick. And they'll just take the time, like we would do if it was the other way around at this stage in the game. I think this result has just put a real dampener on the day, on the occasion, and obviously on the promotion hopes as well.
Darcy Green, and there goes the full-time whistle. Norton and Stockton Ancients have run out 2-1 winners here against Leeds United women. It's a real frustrating day for all involved, with rivals winning. That has a big dent in their promotion push. The visitors, though, right from the first whistle, very tough to break down, and they have been very, very organised back there. Leeds will need to regroup. Final game of the season to ensure that hopefully, if results go their way, there is still something for them to build on. But the penalty from Bianca Owens decides it. Very unlucky for Izzy Elliott. Not the most vigorous of contacts. And unfortunate the penalty was given. Legg's own goal, cancelled that by Dixon's free kick, but in the end it wasn't enough for Leeds. They've lost by 2-1 here. Thank you for joining us here on LUTV.